Okay, we are here to talk about the pilot episode of a beloved, long running Hallmark series, When Calls the Heart.
We certainly know the Hearties are a passionate fandom, and we had to see what all the buzz is about.
To stick around for a recap, and then we're going to say, is it worth the watch? Stay tuned on this episode of Do You Watch What I Watch?
Sit down and watch, then have a talk with Jennifer and Josh.
Okay, Josh, When Calls the Heart is currently in season 13, which is an incredible run for any show, much less on the Hallmark Network. As we've said before, if you haven't listened before and you're new here, this is our maiden voyage into Hope Valley, Coal Valley, whatever they're calling it. I guess it was Coal Valley in this show. What were your thoughts? Were you excited? Were you anxious? Did you need some medicine for the covered wagon? How were you feeling?
I was a little skeptical, and I said this when we started doing episodes around Hope Valley. I am not one for a historical drama. And I get it. I'm probably not their target demographic. I'm a suburban dad, but at the same time, I was interested because, this has Daniel Lissing. This has Erin Krakow. So we've got some Hallmark heavy hitters that we've seen in other arenas. So for that reason alone, plus Lori Loughlin, Aunt Becky, I mean,
She did.
I was very interested to kind of just sort of dip my toe into it, as you say, because you're right. The fan base around this show is rabid. They love these characters, these stories, the way this is done. And I think we owe it to the people. We owe it to the people to give this a careful watch. What did you think?
I agree. It was time. I'd put it off long enough. 13 seasons of a show is overwhelming to think of starting at the beginning for that. But here we are. We're willing to do it. Episode 1, season 1 is called Lost and Found. It premiered January 11th, 2014. And the plot summary is Coal Valley goes up in arms when a plank with a personal message is found in the rubble of the fatal coal mining accident. Good night. Let's go. Fun fact. When Calls the Heart is created by Michael Landon Jr. and Brian Bird. Now, Michael Landon Sr. is from Little House on the Prairie. And here we are back in the past year. It begins roughly in 1910, according to Google. If I'm wrong, blame Google. So that's around 36 years before Hope Valley, the Hope Valley show. If you haven't seen our episodes about Hope Valley 1874, go check them out on our YouTube channel or podcast platform, wherever you consume your content. Okay, thanks. Here we go. So we're meeting our leading lady, Elizabeth Thatcher, Erin Krakow, who is on her way to move to Coal Valley to be the new teacher in town. She's 2 days late because her stagecoach was robbed. I mean, right out of the gate, we've got some what we call BMOPs, brief moments of peril. And this is not the last one in this episode, Josh.
No, yeah, they are out of the gate. I did have to love that they sort of paralleled the start of Hope Valley with the start of When Calls the Heart. We get a woman in a covered wagon heading west and sort of doing a little voiceover to tell us how they got there. I love that.
That was nice. So the school is currently being held in the saloon in town because the church burned down recently. And the ladies of the town tell her that there was an explosion in the mines 3 months ago, and most of the menfolk died that day. What? Okay.
What?
The mothers
Gasp.
are going to be paying her salary because they want their children to be educated. And they don't know that she's up to the job. But hey, she's stuck there for a week until the stagecoach comes back through. So they agree to give her a trial run. And one of the mothers is Lori Loughlin, who plays Abigail. So we're getting some townies. We're getting some stressed out moms who are recently widowed from a coal mining explosion. What are your thoughts right out of the gate?
They are ramping up the emotion big time. These moms are on a mission to save their babies from a similar fate that the men in their lives all had to endure. And there's just a lot. There's a lot going on in these first 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, well, there's more. So Elizabeth, I guess they put her out up in a little house. What she called a teacherage? Like instead of a parsonage, a teacherage.
Instead of a parsonage. I'd never heard that word. There you go.
Well, she's at the teacherage. She's having a rough go of it because there's a varmint on the loose, and she's got some comedic acting of trying to run away from it. She's definitely a fish out of water, as you would say. Then she burns her whole house down.
Literally, fire, flames, the whole 9 yards.
Left some
Okay.
fabric too close to
So
the
we've
stove.
If you're keeping count, we had a massive mine explosion, we had a robbery, and we had a fire, all in the span of about 7 minutes.
Yeah, because the intro song hadn't happened yet. This is all prior
No,
to the
this is
intro
all before
song.
the titles. Yeah.
Which, by the way, the title song is kind of garbage. I'm sorry. That was a low point for me. Once you've heard Bethany Joy Lynch singing
Yeah.
about Hope Valley, this was like beat up, bop, but up, boop. Like
Womp
this-
womp. Exactly. It was just sort
I
of
have to
like,
believe it gets better as the series goes on.
I've got to think they were just like, what kind of production track could we just slip in here for 10 seconds? Yeah,
No,
exactly.
they didn't have Nick Schwartz producing like we have our friend Nick Schwartz producing our theme song. That is for sure.
Right.
So we get Lori Loughlin. She takes pity on this poor girl and takes her in to her home and basically chalks it up as it was an old building. Abigail, excuse me?
What?
She's
I
like,
thought the reaction was a little subdued. I mean, they act like it's no big deal. This building was old anyway. It's fine. It burned down. What? You have lost every man in your community. Who in this time period is going to be able to build this building back? I mean, it was just, okay.
And if they get somebody to rebuild, they're building the church back or the school back before the teacherage. Like, there's a list.
The teacherage. There's a pecking order here.
Not the teacherage.
Yikes.
Okay, so it's the first day of school. we're in the episode now. And the moms are all dropping off their little ones, who are all, of course, little bitties to high schoolers, because it was a one-room schoolhouse like back in the day. The moms are very opinionated of how this is going to go. Think PTA moms now times 10 plus coal mine trauma. Fresh off the coal mine trauma. It was a lot. And then they continue to remind her that they are paying her salary. So, kind of they own her, basically.
Feels very indentured.
Yeah. So she's telling the kids her rules for the classroom. They are not paying one bit of attention to her. In fact, they run outside because there's a whistle. And one kid who did stay and was law-abiding says, it's from the mine, and that means that more of the daddies have been found. Oh, my gosh. Not the daddies.
Oh, not the daddies. They're really just wrenching the guts here. Yeah.
I was not prepared. I was ill prepared for the amount of weight this episode was going to give me. I will just tell you that right now. Okay?
Heavy.
So they all are like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go to the coal mine meetup place. And you've got Big Boss Man in a suit who owns the mine or runs it or whatever. And then you've got all the coal miners, and they're covered in coal dust. And they have found a wooden plank, and it says, forgive me, Pa. Is it forgive me, comma, Pa, or was it forgive me, Pa? Like, forgive me, sign, Pa.
I think it was
How did you
forgive me,
interpret it?
comma, Pa. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Forgive me, Pa.
Like Pa
Yeah,
wrote
not forgive me, Pa. Forgive me,
or
Pa. Exactly. Like Pa is saying forgive me.
okay.
Why? I don't know. But yeah.
It was a random message, right? Forgive
Yeah,
you
if
for
you were
what?
going to write a dying message to your loved one, exactly. If you were going to write a dying message, I don't know, maybe you would just write, I love you. I don't know.
Right. I think I love you is what I was going to say I would write. And I would say maybe they didn't have time, but I don't know. It seemed, forgive me, Pa, is kind of a long-winded thing. 3 words. I love you.
It was
Cut into your
carved.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The mine owner's like, I'll decide where it goes in my big city suit. And there is some pushback, especially from one miner. And they are like, nah, bro, we'll beat you down. That plank is ours. Right then, a Mountie trots up, a.k.a. Daniel Lissing. I forgot he was in this. Of course, I knew he was in it, but I wasn't expecting it. Happy to see him. And he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Here, I'm going to restore some order right as my first order of business. We are going to say, widows, submit a sampling of your husband's handwriting and we will determine who gets the plank from there. His name is Constable Jack. I'm just going to call him Jack probably. Jack trots off later, and it turns out he's staying upstairs at the saloon in his new posting in Coal Valley. And he's chit-chatting with Elizabeth, the teacher, our leading lady, and asking about her family. It turns out her dad is a big-time shipping owner guy, something rich, loaded. And Jack's like, oh, you are why I'm in Coal Valley, because he had met her dad. So he thinks Daddy sent me to protect you. You fish out of water teacher who's burning your house down. Now I have to eat coal dust. And then their warm little banter is no mas. Okay. They are going to be against each other a little bit, back and forth. They end up running into each other 8 trillion more times in this episode. And every time it's kind of one of these like, you.
Yes,
Exactly.
clearly they want you to know that initially these two are not in love. They are not.
No.
Not
and I bet
in
they
love.
never will be.
No, for
Not
sure.
at all.
They are so different, and he does not like her. Yeah.
And she does not like him. There is tension and beef. Jack
No,
goes to the general
no.
store to write a telegram demanding that he be reassigned to a new post. And
I'm
is this
out.
Ned's place? Is this general store what Ned, is that Ned? They didn't introduce him.
Yes. They
If
didn't
so,
introduce
Ned's
him
old.
yet, but it certainly looked like somebody who could be named Ned. And of course, Ned is a call forward, I guess you would say. Hope Valley, 1874. There you go.
Ned was just born there, and now, presumably, I think he's running the general store. That's what you all, the Hearties, told us. So don't come at us if it's not Ned. But a Ned-like figure was there.
Exactly.
The essence of Ned.
Might as well be Ned.
Maybe it was Smed, his evil twin.
Smed.
So while Jack is waiting for his telegram to be sent, I guess, or however that works, he finds a crumbled up telegram in the trash. And it's from the coal big boss guy to somebody else saying that negligence and safety violations in the mine have been averted and resolved. Oh, he guilty. He guilty. He doing something guilty.
Oh, for sure.
We then get a desperate widow montage that I thought was unnecessary. And it's each woman trying to declare that the board was written by their late husbands, and they're bringing whatever little scrap of something that they have with their handwriting on it. And it left me very sad. I did not enjoy it. And the big boss guy was basically like, "Oh, take it under advisement." At school, at the schoolhouse, in the saloon, because remember, the school burned down, a fight breaks out between the older boys, and Elizabeth steps in, and she gets clocked and ends up with a black eye.
Brief moment of peril. Yeah. Assaulted.
Couldn't believe it.
Didn't see that coming.
No.
Yeah.
Didn't have it on my bingo card at all. Lori Loughlin. What was her name? Lori Loughlin.
Doesn't matter.
Jack, Abigail.
But it does.
Invites Jack over for dinner. And of course, Elizabeth's there. And she's like, "Oh, it's you again," And he asks Abigail, "Can you tell me more about the day of the explosion?" And she's like, "Oh, it's okay. I can do that." And she gives a very heartfelt retelling. I actually got chills. I don't know why, because she didn't say that much, but her performance was, I think, very good in this scene. But Elizabeth's like, "Meh. Why are you bringing up their trauma?" Rightly so. I get it. Then we get a mass funeral for the miners. That's right. A mass funeral of the whole town. Caskets galore. Very sad.
Very sad.
The funeral is happening. We see a hand creep into the office shot where this plank was, and Grinch steals it, yoinks it out of big bad office guy's office. The nerve. How dare you, whoever did it?
The gall.
Who could have done it? Thought it was going to be this multiple episode thing to find the plank. No. They immediately figured out it was some troubled kid.
No.
Who stole the plank. And they found him. Elizabeth and Jack both were on the hunt for him. They follow this kid, and then they meet up. They're like, "Okay, fine, we can work together." And they follow him to his shack in the woods, ? question mark. And he has a shrine to his dad, which is very sad because this whole episode is just very sad that they're like, "Hey, um, maybe can we get the plank back?" And turns out he says his dad never trusted Gowan, the bad coal guy. There's a little nugget there. All right. Jack figures out that the plank was written by Lori Loughlin's husband because he saw that he had signed like a painting in her house that he had done. And she's like, "Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to admit it was mine because I didn't want it, to cause friction with the other moms and who could blame her because those ladies will cut you up." All right. She ultimately decides she's going to donate the plank. It hangs up in the saloon/school so they can all enjoy it. And that is the end of episode 1.
It's time for Gold or Coal.
Okay, it is time for our Gold or Coal segment. If you're new to our podcast, here's how Jennifer and I tell you if we think it's worth the watch. We're each going to give some gifts. And if it's something we like, it's gold. If it's something we weren't so high on, it's coal. And at the end, we'll total them up. If there's more gold, we think it's worth the watch. More coal, maybe consider passing. Jennifer, coming to you first. What do you think about the debut episode of When Calls the Heart? What do you think?
My first gift is gold. Elizabeth and Jack should be in game. Okay. I don't think they are. Spoiler alert. I don't know because I'm not spoiled. I haven't seen it. I feel like they're not because I don't think he's on it the whole time. But they need to get together. Their chemistry is so good. And I really enjoyed it. I didn't like the whole you part, but like the actors themselves, I enjoyed seeing them together. And I'm going to give them gold.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm going to start with gold. I thought Erin did a wonderful job. This had to have been a bit of a gamble. If you think about, obviously we know it's a huge mega hit now, but no one knew it was going to be as big a hit as it was when it first started. And boy, she plays this sort of doughy-eyed, big city, optimistic teacher, going to change the world, fish out of water thing. She does it so well. And I really liked watching her kind of come to grips with her expectations, not proving to be the real scenario. And I liked her in this debut episode. And I can see why this role has been very standout and consistent for her over time.
Agreed. Can I give some coal? It made me sad. This episode made me so sad. And maybe that's a good thing because it's a testament to the writing. There was just a lot of trauma going on in one episode to kick off a series that makes me concerned that there's 13 seasons of massive trauma. Now, I'm going to hope that it's just we had to, like what we talked about with Hope Valley, it's an unenviable position to get a pilot because you got to establish characters, you got to establish a town, you got to get people invested. And I'm hoping they just went heavy on the trauma and drama in the first episode to get you hooked. And maybe we can let our foot off the gas a little bit and have like some fun towny episodes. It's way heavier than I thought it was going to be. Bum me out.
It was so heavy. It was so heavy. You're right. That being said, I will give some gold. I thought that plank gesture at the end where they hung it on the wall of the saloon, that was just a really nice moment. I thought that kind of put the period on that particular plot point, and I think it really symbolized a good moment for this community, and I thought it was well done. So some gold there for me.
Agreed. My last gift is gold. I like the world building. I think they did do a good job of making me invested in this town, in these characters, and I am I want the best for them. I'm curious where they go. Will I watch 13 seasons? TBD. Probably not. Probably not. It's a big order. It's a tall order. It's for 13 seasons of anything.
Tall task. Tall task. Exactly. Yeah. My last gift will be coal. I thought Elizabeth's first week, because that's the whole premise here. She's got 1 week to kind of prove herself to these moms. And somehow she went from no trust, fights, kids leaving their seats, running out of the... She went from that to at the very end, she's like doing a spelling test. And everybody's sitting so patiently and calm at their boards, like writing down the spelling words. We didn't get enough of like how she earned the kids' trust to actually get to that point over time. And maybe could have used a scene or two of her connecting with students in a way that would have made that a little bit more believable for me. So I thought we could have used just a little bit more time fleshing out the whole reason why she was there. So, but might be a little nitpicky. But either way, 4 gold, 2 coal. We think it's worth the watch. And obviously, the fans did as well, or else this show wouldn't be around for 13 years. Let me ask you this question, Jennifer. Can you see why this is such an endearing series for Hallmark fans, having watched the pilot for the first time?
And although my coal was that it was sad, it does tug at your heartstrings. And my grandfather was a coal miner in West Virginia, so I had coal miner, feelings and warm fuzzies. Like, just those communities, weren't always treated very fairly or treated right. So I could see how people could like watching it. I might, for myself, watch a couple seasons. I want to see what happens with this bad coal explosion thing. I do kind of want to see what happens, but I can't commit to 13 seasons. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, I think I would. It would certainly fall in the category of shows like I would, when I've got time, dip into and keep moving forward with. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I think it's well done. It's well written. It's really well shot, really well produced. It looks beautiful, on TV. And so I think it's very well done, and I'm interested to see. Hearties, we need to hear from you. Drop in the comments why you like this show so much, and should Jennifer and I take the deep dive and keep on going and make it a priority to keep watching this story unfold. As you've heard, we're kind of in the middle, like if we've got time, we'll do it. Do you think we should be all in? Let us know in the comments below.
That's a great idea. Special thanks as always to Nick Schwartz for our theme song. Thank you for being here. Hey, if you're new here, we do a lot of Hallmark and other channel movie content. We are also covering Hope Valley 1874 on Hallmark Plus, which is the prequel to When Calls the Heart that you probably know about, but in case you didn't, in case you missed it, go check out those episodes. Watch the show. We're fans so far. What else, Josh? What else is coming? We're going to talk about a Tyler Hines movie later this spring that's coming out on Hallmark.
Yeah.
Excited about that. We'll probably have some more Christmas movies coming up.
We've also got
You just
one
never
with
know where you're gonna-
Andrew Walker at the Kentucky Derby. We're also game for in this kind of off season when we're getting 1 or 2 new movies. If, dear listener, you've got a great Christmas movie or great Hallmark movie you think we need to recap or review, let us know on our social media channels. The whole reason Jennifer and I are here are to have a great time and a good conversation with you. And we have made so many good friends over the years doing the podcast, and we want you to be one of them. So like and subscribe wherever you're listening. One thing is for sure, as you have probably come to expect from this episode and any others that you might have listened to, we will have much to discuss. And until we see you next time.
May your days be merry and bright. Bye, y'all.